just being like the smoothest guy ever. I mean, I'm incredibly charismatic, obviously, but Adande takes it to a whole new level. Smoozy is somehow cooler in person than in his videos. It's disgusting. So Jaden and I went over to the window where Adande was making a small crowd feel like the most important people in the world and sat kinda next to him. I was trying to play it cool because, can't let Swoozy outshine me too much, but also furiously taking mental notes. After a while, I was like, we're about to go get dinner. If you wanted to come, that'd be cool, I guess. And he was like, no. What? Am I not cool enough to eat with? Am I not up to your standards? Probably not. But Jaden is. You're not gonna hang out with Jaden freaking animations just because I'm with her? That's understandable. Sorry, Jaden. Besides, he had another panel to do. A likely excuse. Another panelist was one of the first people I ever subscribed to, Tomska. He's pretty well known for making this. And after Swoozy headed out, it was just me, Jaden, and Tom. Now's my chance. I can use everything I learned from Swoozy just now to be so charming and funny that Tom will have no choice but to go to dinner with us and follow me on Twitter and be my best friend in the whole world. So I confidently strolled over to him and said, we're about to go get dinner. If you wanted to come, that'd be cool, I guess. And he was like, ha ha ha. Okay, it worked. And to top it all off, he followed me on Twitter so I could DM him the name of the restaurant. We are pretty much best friends now. Wow, it was fun while it lasted. Tom, his friend Elliot, Jaden, and I went to this place called Wagamama, which we don't really have in the U.S., but it was delicious. I don't have a joke for this part. I just really liked the food. Actually, can we talk for a sec? Not everything that happens to me is funny, but now it's kind of my job to share my life and hopefully make you laugh. I wish I could tell you a hilarious story of all the crazy stuff that happened that night, and I think some YouTubers might embellish things, but the truth is we just ate dinner and relaxed, which I needed after a day of running around VidCon. Tom and Elliot were really genuine and down to earth, and it was cool to actually get to know them a bit. We booked a few days extra with the hotel, so after VidCon, we'd have time to explore Amsterdam and take a train over to Paris, which just sounds cool, doesn't it? Yeah, no biggie, just gonna run to Paris for the day. The morning of the trip was supposed to be frantic. Wake up early, eat breakfast, ride the tram to Central Station, and get on our train as fast as possible. But I woke up and, checked Twitter and went back for seconds at breakfast. Jaden, relax. We have time. It takes 22 minutes to get there, and we have half an hour. When we walked out of the hotel, we saw the tram leaving our stop, which means we'd have to wait 10 whole minutes for the next one. Wow, Jaden, you really should have hurried at breakfast. The tram we got on was excruciatingly slow, because of course it was. An old man got off without scanning his pass, and the driver stopped to make him go through all his luggage and pockets to find it. What the heck? Leave him. He's old. We got to the station with about 60 seconds to spare. We sprinted in and checked the monitors to see which platform the train was on. Before I could even focus on the screen, Jaden shouts, "This way!" and we take off running toward platform 15. As we got close to the stairs, I hear a train above start to move. We're so close. This is gonna be like one of those scenes in the movies where we throw our bags on the train and hop on just in time. This is gonna make such a good video! We climbed the stairs to the platform and saw nothing. Dang it, the video's ruined. We went back to the monitors and figured out that we needed to be on platform 15 in the international terminal, on the other side of the station. So close, yet so far away. Luckily, we were able to get on the next train out, so we just had to wait for an hour. Jaden had to go to the bathroom, and apparently in Amsterdam you have to pay an entrance fee to pee. But she walked up to the little rotary bar thing, and instead of putting money in it like a law-abiding citizen, just kind of went under it. Don't tell her I said this, but she's a total weirdo. Unfortunately for her, the pee police emerged from the shadows and told her to leave. What? You think you can just go to the bathroom? Millennials. While we were on the train, we'd occasionally hear a stern-sounding announcement in a different language and turn to each other like, seriously? The day was off to a good start, and when we arrived in Paris, we'd have 7 hours to do as much as possible. Outside the train station, a guy came up to us and asked, "Taxi?" And we were like, this can only end well. It did not. Here's the thing. I knew he was scamming us. The driver didn't have a meter thing, so we'd have no way of knowing what the charge should have been, and the guy that brought us to the driver was wearing real expensive shoes that just screamed, "I steal money from dumb tourists." He was even saying hi to train station employees in the halls that definitely didn't know him to make it seem like he worked there. I noticed all of these things, and it still worked. That 20-minute cab ride cost 3 times what it should have. Not the end of the world, but boy, did we get taken for a ride. We walked everywhere else. It's pretty amazing what you can do in 7 hours. We went to the Eiffel Tower, but since we didn't have quite enough time to wait in line, we just, touched it. And, of course, signs in France also look silly to us. I don't care what language you speak. 3 of the same letter is too many. We also stopped at a little bakery where I asked for their least American cookie. But when I said that, someone in the back laughed at me. The owner came out and said, "Sorry, I'm from Kansas." If I went to Kansas, everyone would be a total stranger. But meeting another American abroad was like, we're friends, huh? Our last night in Amsterdam, Jaden found a restaurant that we were pretty sure would let us keep our shoes on. When we showed up, the hostess said they only had 2 meals left, and we were like, sold! Which was kind of the perfect ending for the trip. Neither of us had any idea what we were gonna get, but it ended up being really good.
Which is a dumb metaphor. What's going on, dudes? This is your boy, Tim Tom. This is definitely Tim Tom. I would never be lazy enough to get some other shirtless...
Played a couple episodes of Pokemon Snap while I was making my last video, and that jostled a memory from my childhood. I played video games when I was a kid.
You and like 83 million millennials.
I didn't ask for your input, Adam. And this is about to age me dramatically because my first game console was the Sega Genesis.
Ooh. Granny, what's the story of classic Sonic? You know, the good Sonic.
Adam, I swear to God! As I was saying, my first console was the Sega Genesis. And yes, that meant I didn't grow up on Mario, I grew up on Sonic. My childhood in gaming was popping a game cartridge in and hearing that iconic Sega, while all the other kids on the street were like, ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Wait a minute! I'm getting ahead of myself. Nintendo didn't take over my life until middle school. My siblings and I grew up on Sega. We even had that notoriously difficult Lion King Sega game. We didn't beat it when we were kids, but in adulthood, my sister and I dusted off the cartridge one night and finally finished the game. Without that famous cheat code, thank you very much. Get a ladder, kids. You ain't even close to our level.
Ah, snap! Pokemon Snap!
Speaking of that, in the 6th grade, I got really into Pokemon. For my birthday, my parents got me a Game Boy Color and Pokemon Red and Blue. I remember being so obsessed with that game that I would put it away before bed, go to sleep, and dream that I woke up in the middle of the night and continued playing it. And when I actually woke up and started playing it, I would wonder why I wasn't further along. Where the hell is my Dragonite? So yeah, Pokemon was a really big deal for me. And when Nintendo announced that they were releasing the first Pokemon game for the N64, Pokemon Snap, you know this little weeb was all over that. I went to my mom and very casually asked if she could order me Pokemon Snap. I also didn't have an N64, so I was gonna need one of those too. And Mama, being the kind and doting mother that she is, said, "Alright, fine." I was ecstatic! There was, however, a slight problem, and some of you may even be too young to know what I'm talking about. But back in my day, we had this thing called...
Oh my bad. Alright guys, see you later.